second, I'm just checking a couple of things. Hey Rob, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Give me a second, just going to be able to see, maybe in here. Okay, right. Grab our selfie stick. And we'll have a seat. Have a bit of a chat about what we're going to do today. I need this. Hungry Panda, hi, how are you? I'm great, thank you. Thank you. Okay. I told you guys I might be doing a little bonus stream this weekend, and here we are. So who do we have in the chat? We had Hungry Panda, hello, how are you doing? We had so that was Rob Franco, hi. Okay, so I think the title for today's stream, I've got it set as I built an Android app with AI. I thought we could talk a little bit about that. I mentioned it during my last live stream, but things weren't quite working. So over the last couple of days, I've been trying to fix stuff. So yeah, I think maybe we're going to be okay today. Yeah, lovely day here in Auckland. Lovely, lovely day. I think this whole weekend's been nice. I had planned on doing the bonus stream last night actually, because there was a big event on in the city. I think it was only for about an hour, but there was a couple of performances on, and I guess leading up to Christmas, they have that big giant Christmas tree which I showed you last time, and it's going to be lit up overnight. So I think it was like a christening thing of that. So they had performances and all sorts. Heaps of people in town, I could hear them, but I was trying to fix the stuff. Okay, all right. So what does the app do? Wow, I'll tell you a little bit about it. So what I do with my live streams is I talk about IRL, gear, software, you name it. But part of what I also do is take photos, and then those photos pop up on stream. So one way, for example, would be with my phone. I take a photo with the camera app, take a photo of, let's say, the IRL gear, and then I would open up, let's say, Google Drive or the OneDrive app, either one of those, upload the photo that I just took with the camera app, and eventually that would be transferred to my computer, where my streaming software would pick up on it and then show it to you guys. So there's quite a lot of steps just to take one photo. You know, so camera app, one step. Find OneDrive or Google Drive. Second step, navigate to the folder where I want the photo to be uploaded. So look for the photo, find the most recent one, there it is, upload it, bam. Then it would show up on stream. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if you could just take a photo, review the photo first, and then it just goes straight to the folder you want it to? And then the computer could do what it already does. So that's what I was working on. I was trying to build an app, and I haven't done anything in Android Studio before. So maybe we could just skip a whole step and then just build something in Android. Had a look at it, and it's so different from what I'm used to back in the day when I was a coder making websites with all sorts of stuff. And the language too, language differences there from, like, let's say C# to what Android uses. So yeah, it was a bit of a mish. So what happens is, got a couple of questions there. I'll get to those in a second, guys. Let's see. So when I installed Android Studio, it has a built-in AI where it would actually build a lot of it for you, but at a certain point you're going to run out of this, like, free access. Then you have to sort of use one of their dumber versions of AI, which just aren't as good, and then you can have timeouts, all sorts of issues. So you're trying to do whatever you want, but you're hampered by not having the skills, like me, to be able to write the code natively, and having timeouts and the AI not fulfilling requests you put through. So the other thing I did was I was using that initially, and then I realized, oh yeah, there's ChatGPT, let's just try that out. But it doesn't have access to all of the code, it can't see everything, and I'm thinking that Android Studio probably uses a version of that anyway. Yeah, so there's a lot of back forth, ChatGPT, the Android version, Gemini it's called, and then using this, and then trying something else, and this, a lot of headaches. But I finally got it working, the app. Not quite the way I want it to, and it could always be better. And then on the other side of things, I thought, well, I'm at it, might as well try and fix or correct the slideshow photos thing that I have on my computer. So I was working on that as well. So there's like a great big overhaul of it. Maybe you guys won't notice visually from the outside, but the underlying code, my original code, was quite a mess. So it helped structure and everything for me. Go ChatGPT. Anyway, back to the questions. Okay, so Hungry Panda, not too bad, great, thank you. Yep, yeah, lovely day here. Starting to get a bit cooler. I was hoping to stream earlier, but it took this long for me to finish the 2 updates I was doing. So AI on both fronts helped me with StreamerBot code, which is what I use for everything that I do, and also helped me with the Android app. It was mostly working even on Friday, but the OBS and StreamBot side was broken. So is it like one or the other, right, or both? Looks, sounds great, thank you, Ron. So, oh yeah, read that one. What does the app do? So yeah, it is a camera app. Sorry, Rob. Yeah, so I've built a camera app in Android Studio, and it'll do that. So you open up the app, you have access to the camera straight away. When you take a photo, it'll get saved to a photo library and to your phone. If you want to, you can also log in with your Google, and it'll automatically select a folder where your photos will get sent. So you don't really need to access that part unless you want to sign out. So as soon as you take a photo, whether it's in portrait or landscape mode, selfie or the back camera, that photo is going to get saved into that photo library, and then it's going to check to see if that photo is already online. If it isn't, then it's going to start uploading it. Also, when you take a photo, it doesn't send it straight away, which was really important for me, because, you know, as some of you guys may be aware, when I've taken photos in the past, I might have my camera quite loose and it takes a photo of the ground, my feet, lens cap on, all sorts of things. So I wanted to make sure that there was like a confirm, yes, I want to save this photo. So you either choose keep to keep the photo, they get saved and it will get uploaded. You can edit the photo with an app that's on your phone, so whether it be the Photos app or Lightroom, whatever you got on your phone, you could choose whatever editor you want to use, edit it, and then that will get saved to the library. And any photos inside the library, you can delete them. So if you don't really like them, but it only deletes it from the phone, I think. Yeah. So I thought that would be pretty easy. I thought it would, but nah, not even. Not even. So the camera app side of things, and I suppose learning how to use AI and giving them the correct prompts they need, that's taken probably the most time. So I've spent a good week, half, 2 weeks on this, like every spare minute, long days, long nights, trying to figure out how to make this camera app. And just keep encountering issues, especially with rotation. When you use the native camera app, it does just everything perfectly, but if you try and build a camera app kind of from scratch, then it has to account for a photo that's taken in landscape or portrait, front or back. By default, everything's sideways, landscape. So some of my photos would be like this, you know, and you want it to save all the correct info in what they call XFFO. It tells you whether it's a portrait or landscape photo, that kind of thing. Yeah, good times. So one issue I do need to figure out is why are the photos that are saved on my computer, they're missing all the EXIF info. I think it's because Google Drive removes it. It's not keeping it when it gets saved there. But that's just for the camera, the phone photos. The ones that I take with the other gear, they'll be okay. Anyway. Yep, okay. Hey, you're welcome, Park Bros. You're welcome. Glad they've helped out. Welcome to the chat as well. What am I using, Park Bros? Park Bros. What am I using to control OBS remotely? Let's see. I've mentioned lots of different options on my channel. What I'm using at the moment is featured in my videos. I'm going to turn this volume down. Previous throwing me off. In fact, I need to make a video on this. I should have wrapped up the whole 2025 series this year, like months ago. All right, so I use a combination of OBS, of course. You need that in order to stream to wherever. I have StreamerBot, which I have chat commands, and chat commands is like the basic level of something I need to control my stream. And those chat commands are starting to change the starting soon scene, start to start streaming in OBS, stop to stop streaming in OBS, and ending to go to the ending scene in OBS. Basically, I have all the chat commands you would have if you were using NoAlps, but I've coded them inside of StreamerBot. And my video on YouTube, which is a little bit old, was StreamerBot. They've updated their user interface. Basically, the core functionality is still there. It's just in different places. Yeah, so privacy scene, BRB, chat command, which, yeah, could come in handy sometimes. If you've got an audio scene switcher like I do, then it can handle the BRB bit for you. But yeah, those core chat commands, which is the same as what NoAlps has, and OBS handles those things. So change to each of the scenes, start, stop streaming in OBS. I can have other chat commands, you know, for whatever, like slideshow, on, off. Then I have a loopy ST, which handles automatic scene switching. So if my connection goes down, we're using Moblin today, then loopy ST is going to go, oh, something wrong with the media source in OBS. Let's change the scene from the live scene or Cam 1 scene to the BRB scene. And then loopy ST is going to sort of monitor things. When things look okay, then it's going to move me automatically from the BRB to the live scene. Now, I had one person mention in chat that didn't appear to be working for them. I've tested it with Moblin, BallotBox, and IRL Pro, and loopy ST was auto scene switching for me. So I think when something like that happens, you've just got to double check the config file. Because it's just a text file and you just put in whatever, it's very easy to make a real small typo. It may be like a comma or a dash instead of an underscore. So even the smallest little thing can break it. So it'd be better if they had like a settings page instead or something like that rather than the config file. But you know, It's how things go sometimes. But yeah, that is my gear in a nutshell. Like, I have other ways of being able to control my stream. For example, I've got Moblin's remote OBS thing. So there is a dock that you can add inside of OBS, and then with Moblin you can connect the two so that you can control OBS through the Moblin app. So for example, let's see, screen share. Okay, just waiting for the screen share. There we go. Okay, right, so along the bottom nav that you guys can see there on my iPhone, there's a button for OBS, or OBS remote control. It's very similar to OBS Blade, actually. It has the same kind of functionality. And in fact, the Moblin OBS remote does give you a URL that you can put into OBS Blade. So if you prefer using OBS Blade, you can use that URL, pop it into OBS Blade, and then control your stream that way too. But yes, what you're looking at there is my OBS. So we've got a list of scenes there, starting, sharing, cam 1. We've got start and stop streaming, start and stop recording, and OBS. So if I was to press any of these things, then I'm actually controlling my OBS through here. So this could be like your basic level of disconnect protection. Just put like a looping video underneath your media source for your cam 1 or live scene, and then you could just do things this way. You know, that preview there, snapshot of your OBS, it's not you know, it's kind of stuttery. That's on purpose. You know, it's not a streaming video. It just gives you an idea of what's happening. But that is a picture of your OBS. But yeah, pretty cool stuff, you know. All right, let's see. So Rob Franco, is it hard to use APIs lie with other AI coders? APIs lie with the AI. Depends. So hard depends on your level of expertise in this. So I'm sure some people, no problem. No problem. For me, it was a pain. Oh yeah, so for example, this camera app, because you sign in with your Google, you have to set up the authentication with Google through Google console. There's a lot to try and figure out. And initially I was looking at using something that they have called Firebase, but I didn't need to use that for that app. Instead, we just went through a different way. And also, before even considering Google Drive and Google Sign-In, I tried OneDrive, which is what I was using before. But that turned out to be really hard. Like, because you have to install the right kind of libraries and files and all sorts of this sort of nerdy stuff into Android. If you didn't have the correct library, then it could just throw everything off. So I was constantly fighting with these different libraries for this and this and this. So this one needs to be a new version. Oh no, that one doesn't support this thing, so you got to download this other one. Let's try this one. No, that didn't work. Okay, let's go back to this other one. That's why I gave up on that. I gave up on using OneDrive because I've got this whole thing called MSAL or MSAL, and you've got it's very picky apparently. So when I switched to doing a sign-in with Google, it was still tricky, but not as hair-pulling as the Microsoft way. Good times. Good times. I use IRL remote. IRL remote. What is that? That was from Pete. Pete Pedals. Hey, how's it going? Plus, it's amazing for OBS. IRL remote. What is that? Can you tell me a bit more? Is it an app? Or is it a service? Is it, yeah. I'm Aussie, how's it going? How are you doing? Oh yeah, so we should try this app out, right? See if it works. So it's a twofold thing. I got AI to build me, or help me build the camera app. Because it's not as easy as you think. You say, hey, can you please build me a camera app? No, so you know, there's a lot of back and forth. No, don't do that, do this, don't, yes. So your camera app, and then there is the photos part where once I've taken a photo, it'll pop up on stream. So that's a great big overhaul of that. And I guess we're gonna find out if it's gonna work. Oh, okay. IRL link, there's a whole host of apps and services. I think they do IRL box as well. Okay, cool. I'll look into it. So IRL remote. So yeah, this way works pretty good. There's so many different options out there, and I think the more options the better, you know. More the better. Okay. Do we still need a screen share? Probably don't, eh? Need to save on battery. I didn't bring a battery bank today, so today will be a short stream for me. Whereas when I have the battery bank, I can go 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. It's really just to see and test out the setup. Let's first pop this up here, iPhone. And we're going to take a photo. Are you smiling? Very important. And can you see the photo? So that's a preview. I've got 3 buttons: edit, save, or retake. So retake just dismisses the little dialogue. So I'll click save. So let's try the save button. Here's a library. So there's one photo. Oh, wait a minute. I might need to sign back in. So I am signed in. Cliff creates. It's thinking. So what would happen is we'd get a little, you know, I wonder if that removes some of my visual indicators. Yeah, I think I might be missing some things. I better go, might have to check it out. So what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to darken in color and then show a spinning wheel to indicate that the photo is uploading. And then once it has uploaded, there's a green tick. Now, before I came out today, I wanted to change the layout of the library because I was doing a grid of 2 photos per row, and I wanted 3. So when I replaced the code, I might have gotten rid of one thing. Alright, I'm going to go to my Google Drive app and then going to have a look here. No photo, no! Let me check if I'm signed in. So it said I was signed in. So we're going to go sign out, sign in with Google. Need the correct account. So signing in. So we have the signed in for sure now. And go back to the library. Now it's got a little green tick. So maybe somehow it didn't know that we had a. That work? I heard a little click sound. Yeah, it had forgotten that we'd signed in. So, software. yeah, but essentially today, this is my gear. So we have these two. We've got the camera app on this phone. We've got Moblin on this phone. And this does basically everything. I'm listening to the stream. I can hear the preview. I can see chat, I can hear chat via TTS. I can do everything with good old Moblin on my old iPhone 11. So, yeah. No yellow, red fire icon so far, so okay. Yeah, we've got the DJi mic mini transmitter attached to my hoodie, so it's under here. And then we've got the Action 4, so no cable plugged into that. So I think with this we could probably live stream for about 2 hours max. So the one factor is the iPhone, because it's got the weakest battery, the worst battery health. So over here, I've got 91% battery for the Ultra. It is a mobile hotspot, so I've got a bonded connection, SIM card in the iPhone, SIM card in the Android. So with Moblin and BellaBox Cloud, it can join those two service or connections to improve uploads and stuff on here. I need to shorten that file name. Look how long it is, so long. It only needs about 4 digits, 4 to 6 digits, and whatever else. It's too much. Okay, how about another photo? Yeah, so now I just got this, right, and I can just take a photo. Try another one. Now this is a camera that I'm using today. So we've been talking about the Action 6, and I've heard from some folks maybe to wait. So I press the save button. Can I check the library? Ooh. I didn't change the view model. Why is it? It's just behaving really differently. Well, I added Git to the Android project. That way I can check older versions and see what is different. I thought a visual change wouldn't really affect it as much. So close. But yeah, it should have like a little green tick there. Sign out, sign back in again. Oh, it did upload. Where's my green tick? I bet Gemini broke it. I was asking, oh yeah, the dialog box. So I got a dialog box to keep the photo or retake another one, edit the photo. So the one version before that, I didn't like the buttons. They were like text and they were really small. You couldn't really press the buttons. So I said, can you please replace it with one that has actual buttons, like large buttons that you can press? So yeah, sure. I've made the changes, but I'm thinking it overwrit some working code. Yeah. Oh yeah, so apparently I was in, where was I? I think I was in Eric's stream. He's the main guy behind Moblin. And I believe Chris chimed in. He was saying, don't get the Action 6. I was asking, why is that? Why is that? So at least at the moment, apparently they've changed something to do with the audio. I went from mono to stereo somewhere, I don't know. And so that's affected being able to stream with the Action 6 into Moblin. I'm sure either Moblin, and those guys, they're really fast on the updates. So either maybe it's something that they can update, or I'm sure that good old DJi will probably roll out an update soon. So yeah, it's always something, eh? I suppose that's part of the trade-off of technology. You know, improve one thing, but then introduces new issues. a bit like this camera app. If it's not this thing, it's this other thing. Yeah, but I like the direction that they're going with their cameras. But tell you what, if they can add an optical stabilization, that's my one thing. Add that in there, into the 7 or 8 or whatever. Add that in. Whatever Sony had in their 300, 3000s, reverse engineer it if you have to. But those cameras were solid in low light. None of that sort of ghosting effect that you see with cameras that didn't have whatever technology the Sony's did. I think even Sony's newer cameras could beat what the 300, 3000 could do. Yeah, crazy. And that camera is almost like 10 years old now. Right, so we're going to go around, take some photos, and then we're going to test out some features that I've recoded, especially with the photos, so they appear to be popping up. Oh, I know, let's do one now. So I'm going to bring up, where is it? What's the code? Slideshow. I don't have slideshow in here. Oh, there it is. Okay, right. So we only have 2 photos. Let's try it out. Oh, at the moment, no, I don't. I'm really happy with the 4. Sorry, let me check your question there. So let's see, that was David Miller. How's it going? So DJi Action 6 release, do you have any intention of upgrading? I like what they've got. So I think if you don't have one, like an DJi Action camera at all, then it could be a compelling reason to get into that ecosystem. But because I've already got the 4, I look at the features, and even the image quality and everything, it doesn't seem like there's enough yet for me having the Action 4 to upgrade. I mean, I'd like one, not gonna lie. But a couple of things I like the square sensor. So everything seems to be moving in that direction so that you can do portrait landscape photos, so that's great. I think the GoPro were the first guys to start doing that. So square sensor is great. The aperture, I'm curious about it, so I don't know if they've improved the minimum focusing distance. So if I hold something up to this camera, it doesn't really focus. Well, I can't. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm curious about that, because it has an aperture of f2 to f4. Excuse me. But does that mean that that it can focus on subjects that are close to the camera, or is it more for light, you know? So I'd say that's a downside to this camera, is it doesn't have that. But you know, that's okay, it's not that big of a deal. The extra battery life, that's good. So this can go around about 90 minutes to 2 hours. Whereas those newer ones can go to 3 to 4 hours. So the extra battery life's nice. So yeah, there's lots in there that I like. But at the moment, I'm happy with this one. And I know that the 4 is really solid with the connectivity from there into the iPhone, you know. So being able to pair these together wirelessly, awesome. I was kind of hoping that they would have added SRT to the new camera, because that would be a lot lighter for the video and audio to go from the action camera into a phone or somewhere else, you know. Mittens, or hey, how's it going? How you doing? But there was about 3 to 4 things that I liked out of the specs from the 6. I'm still curious to hear from folks who were early adopters, who bought one already. I've heard so far that the experience has been a bit so-so for live streamers, whereas if you're a vlogger, you make videos, then you don't have those same issues that we do. And these are really, really good cameras. Yeah, so I think if you've got the 4, you've got a great camera. Also, I would look out for specials, because special, I don't know when Black Friday sales are, especially for wherever you live, but look out for sales on the 4. You know, now that the 6 is available, I would recommend getting that. What? X104? What do you mean, Sharpness? X104? You mean Fuji? Typo. Oh, okay, 6. Yeah, I've got one. I've got a 6. I don't have it with me today. Yeah, the thing with the Fuji is it's very picky about what it connects to for internet. So at least with what I've got, it's a bit of a pain. So I think maybe if I was to go with like a more traditional router thing, then it'd be okay. And someone actually left a comment suggesting one. Left corner. Oh yeah, right. That might be Moblin. Yeah, Moblin have an update. I'm gonna check my scenes. I added a widget. Chatty, okay, I'll turn it off. Good point, yeah. Alright, so that is a new feature that they're adding. I'm not sure if you guys caught it, but during my last live stream, I had someone who was on YouTube asked me a question. Double chat box. Yeah, it's hard for me to see on this little screen here. So let's see, this person was, they asked a question, and rather respectfully they were saying, you know, hey, this guy, no we don't, so saying, I think it's more in regards to YouTube specifically. So on YouTube, streamers, what they'll do is they'll read out a username, their question, so they acknowledge the question that was asked in the chat, and then they'll answer it. It's very different from other platforms. So I started on Twitch. I've recently started multi-streaming to Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. But that's a very particular thing to YouTube, especially live streams. So for example, I'd look at a question, and we did have one earlier. Actually, I'll share this. So we screen share. So this is my chat. This is what I see, and it just keeps moving. Now, if someone asks me a question, it's very hard to lose where they are in the list. So I was mentioning it'd be great if we had a way to pin the messages so they're stuck to the top of the chat. That way you can see the person who asked the question, and the question is right there in front of you. So so the main guy behind Moblin, his name's Eric. He does live stream on Twitch. His username, it's not, yeah, I'd have to try and find it, but actually I might add it into the YouTube live description later. But only, yeah, don't go in there complaining. No complaints, because that just doesn't help with the energy, Just be supportive and say, you're doing a great job, Eric, and then go subscribe and everything, because yeah, he's awesome. Anyway, I put through a request on the Discord saying, hey, look, this came out during my live stream. It'd be great if there was a way that you could pin messages so they stuck there. Also, if there's like an on-screen widget, which is what you guys could see, so that viewers could see what I'm responding to. So those are things that you kind of take advantage, well, not advantage, you kind of take for granted using an app like Streamlabs. So Streamlabs will actually have that little question box on screen that viewers can see what is the question that person is responding to. So that stuff doesn't really exist for IRL. Sorry, my nose is going crazy. I don't have any tissues. So yeah, that is the feature that they're adding in. It needs work. It's going to get there. So that's what you guys could see. I'd forgotten I left it on. So small chat box, yep, okay. So I think what it'll eventually be is when you, as a streamer, I see a message in the chat that I can see, then I'll be able to pin it. It's going to stay there in the chat box for me so I can see it. And then there's a widget you could add to your stream. So under scenes, for example, scenes. Right. So here's my A4 scene. So there's all my widgets that I've got available. Got a whole ton of them. The one at the very bottom is called Chatty. So I think that is what will be the pinnable message. So when you enable it, whatever message you pin, that's where it's going to be. It's going to be in their little box. But it's not meant to be a double up of chats. Yeah, so it's not quite there yet. It's a work in progress. Ban, timeout, delete, copy, nickname. Okay. So I don't know how it will work. I'm thinking it'd be in this little context menu, right? There'll be pin. It should really have the username there. So because I don't know which name I've tapped on with my big fingers. Or if there's like a button beside it. So where's this? Oh, there's a single tap. Okay. And would it be this chat or would it be the main chat? This one, Ben. This one here. Okay, alright, so Seronius. Let's see, yep, so the chat can make it a redeem on your own widget with stream. Well, yeah, but it'd be nice if it was just built into here. So, I mean, how do you even do that on a phone? Like, I'd have to do, let's see, exclamation mark pin. How do you pin? Do you need a timestamp? Do you type in the timestamp? So I need to develop some make a redeem and your widget or stream about. I have a couple of Node.js. Oh, nice. Node.js apps have made. Hard to make it. Yeah, except you'd have to access something else, right? So ideally, so you know what I'm looking at, the app. You know, I want to stay in here rather than have to exit out, go back to the other one. And what Moblin does is it combines chat. So I'm getting messages from Twitch, Kick, and YouTube, all three. And it reads out all the messages regardless of platform. So if I could, I think it just makes sense if I could just pin what's in here. Otherwise, you're going to have to create that whole functionality separate outside of Moblin. Yeah, whereas here it's just all built in. It'd just be easier, I think. Easier, already using what this has, and it'll just be like a context thing, you know, similar to that button where you could ban, timeout, delete someone, pin the message. There's like a pin option, and then you got a widget inside of Moblin where it displays that message. So that would all be just bam, yeah. All right. For SFTP uploads. Sweet. That's how you're uploading your photos. Yeah, I like your implementation. It's really good. Did you use AI to create your code? You look pretty savvy. Probably didn't need to. Alright, let's try another photo. It did? Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's what I built camera. So there's a new bug in my camera app I need to sort out. Yeah, so it's pretty basic. Yeah, got a camera button, edit, save, retake. Yeah, you got your profile to your Google account where photos are uploaded. And you've got a photo library showing all the photos. Now it seems like I have to sign out and sign back in again in order for the photos to upload. It wasn't doing that before. Yeah, so yeah, get a tick. So there should be a spinning circle thing. No, it's good. This is on GitHub too. Oh, it did work. Alright, now I want to try something else. Scene swap. I mean, for that, yeah, it's a combination of OBS and Streamabot code. Oh no, it's split up stuff. But oh, I meant the camera app is. But because you have to authenticate in order to use Google Sign-In, so that was one of the hard parts. That and orientation, those two were headaches. So without Google authentication, fine. But also because I've got camera functionality in there, you have to build quite a bit of it. And it just doesn't come built in with the what is called Camera X. Like when you take a photo, portrait, landscape, front, back, it won't orientate the photos the way you think it would. Sometimes they'll be mirrored or upside down or this or that. So that was one of the big headaches. Ooh. Okay, let's go for a little ride. So we're not just here. Yeah, there's a bug with my code. So that photo that you saw, the EXIF info is being removed somewhere, probably Google Drive, when it's saved to my computer. Is that a follow? Thank you. Oh, Priya of Effect. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Alright, I'm going to pop you guys on here. I'm going to zip around on the e-scooter. Can talk some more. And I'll do some further testing of this app too. Alright. Let's get adopted tomorrow, but I don't think I'll be able to go. I should reschedule. It might be too late. Different kind of doctor. Oh, lovely weather. So nice. Right up onto this thing without dying. Let's try it. Okay. I had to step off. How is our iPhone battery doing? Because it is our weakest link. We are on 46%. So the drain will be a lot faster once we go below 50. We're on 83% for the S23 Ultra and excuse me, 53%. for the extra foot. Excuse me, sorry guys. Hay fever gets pretty bad this time of the year. Ah, more photos. Right. Okay, let's just grab one off this boat. Try to figure out at what point is the photo not like. So, bam, landscape photo. Oh, we can't scroll up. Right, we need to do something about that. So we go save. Photo saved, and it's in the library. I'll leave it and then we'll see if it's going to upload. Or do I have to do a sign out? Back in again thing. Okay, so back over here, and no ticks, so all those should have ticks because they're already uploaded. So I'm going to sign out, sign back in, so we're sign back in again, and then go over to the library. So it's giving us a green tick on there, yeah, so when it did an update, it pulled some code out. I have to check the Git repository to see if that code's still in there. So what did I ask Gemini? What did I ask it? So I don't think it was the library change. So I wanted to change the library so that the photos were 3 photos per row in the photo library rather than 2. So I'm sure that wouldn't have, because it's just in the UI code, not the backend code. And not in the view model. Actually, I didn't. And the green tick is still there. Yeah, so something in the view model's changed. That's the thing that shows like the green tick or spinning circle. I have to remember to back stuff up more often. Right, fit check. And okay, so this is our kit for today. No bag, but a camera strap, which I'm using as a lanyard for my phone. And action for on the chest mount under my hoodie. Let's see. iPhone, no battery. Alright, let's try slideshow mode. Got enough photos now. Double message, okay, I'm gonna fix that. Now visually this shouldn't look any different from what it was doing before, but all the code behind it has been changed out. Yeah, whereas before we had occasions where we get overlap and then a photo will pop up at the same time as one that was being displayed, so lots of stuff like that. I think we're pretty good on that. Yeah, sweet. You know what? I actually put some antihistamines in my bag because I kept forgetting to take one. I don't have my bag today, so I can't take one. See, got an explore boat, looking pretty empty there. Unless they did a drop off. There's another one. I was going to head over to Silo Park, but not today, I think. Alright, we'll just head back towards the city. Pretty low on battery anyway. Okay, so I just give my thoughts to my friends in Darwin who went through quite a crazy cyclone storm, went through their area. I was watching Mid-4Ds live. He had a camera set up outside showing the rain. Remember him bringing it up during my last live. I didn't realise how bad it would be. Yeah, hopefully things are okay that side of the world, in Darwin land. Take some more photos. No, I actually had a pretty good working version of this about a week ago. That was great. Functionally what it did. I like the look of it too. This version of it now is not really happy with it. Alright, camera up. Try that photo. Keep this photo. We'll try edit actually. I'll choose the Photos app. I wonder if I can add something in there. Reimagine. Ah, no. There's a bird. I found that this usually fails. Oh, it actually put a bird on there. Alright, yes. And then we're going to save as a copy, I guess. Saved. And now we have a... Oh, we don't want to... Don't do that. Don't delete it. Now, do we have to sign out? I think we have to sign out and back in again. So I'm going to fix that. Got a green tick. So it definitely looks like a... Now is that the version with the bird? No bird. No bird on that one. We'll send the bird one. The copy. Oh yeah, it is. Alright. Do that. There's more examples of AI for you. It's taking over the world. Favorite spot. Don't really want the car in here. Oh, jam for battery, probably not too good. Edit, because here's the photos again, and what else do we want to try? Oops, no, didn't want to do that. I'm going to put the alligator. Can it do it? I think when I was trying at home, trying this out, it wouldn't work because it was too dark and needs lots of light. Or maybe a big wide. What is it? The first one. If I don't want to save it as a copy. Alright. So what it should have is two. And it's actually going to send both of them. But we'll try the sign back in thing again. Okay, so luckily it remembers. See the spinning thing? So yeah, it's there. It's just the background thread or whatever isn't functioning. Is that with or without an alligator? Without an alligator, okay. Hot off the hungry press. There we go, with the gator. Just because. Ah, crazy.
The beachhead ferry by Hobsonville Point is departing shortly from Pier 7.
Oh, excuse me. Well, lovely day. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Keep you safe. Thank you guys for joining me today. Just a quick stream. Testing out the Android app. Looks like it still needs work. But yeah. I think except for that issue with uploading, which hopefully be easy enough to fix. Overall pretty happy with it. And because of yeah, I think I can make it available for anyone who wants to test it. But I'd need your email. Yeah, so if anyone was keen, just get in touch. But I think we'll try and troubleshoot it a bit more first than its current state. I remember all it does is it just sends it to a folder on your Google Drive. That's all. So the OBS side or that side get something out for that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.